Dr. Bonsack, and you're watching Eat with Intention TV. And today we are hanging out on the couch. I hope you grab yourself a cup of tea because we're going to have a real heart-to-heart about how to find the time to really start that meditation practice, that self-care practice, those healthy eating rituals that you've been dying to incorporate into your routine, but just can't find the space in your crazy schedule. So pull up a seat and let's talk about it. All right, so I am super excited to share this video with you because one, I hear this excuse time and time again when I'm giving a meditation, or I'm giving a talk, signing books, my clients, you name it, the excuse that I don't have the time is everywhere. And I know it intimately myself because I have used it. I know, hard to believe, but so don't worry, I have danced with this devil and I'm going to show you how to work around it. So I have 5 tips and I hope that you incorporate all of them because I know that if you do incorporate all 5, you bless it with this, you will indeed find the time to incorporate that practice that you know will take your life to the next level, right? Number 1 is stop saying it. Stop perpetuating it with your words. So we all have those of us who are inflicted with this disease. As I like to say myself, we have a bad habit of letting everyone know just how busy we are, about how we don't have time, how we want to do this, but we can't because we don't have time, how we wish we could do that if we had time. And we're literally waving this wand around saying, hey, I just want to let you know my limitations. I just want to let you know that, I can't do this because of time. And we're perpetuating that. We're actually reprogramming our already negative programming around time to truly, deeply believe that we don't have enough time to do the things we want to do. When in fact, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and based on our priorities, we can get done more than we think often. So what I did for myself was I really noticed how prevalent this was in my conversations. I noticed that when I would be talking to someone, when I would be texting someone back, when I would even be emailing, I would always be like, I'm so sorry it took me so long to get back to you. I've been so busy, or like, I'd love to do this, but I really just don't have the time. Or, talk to my girlfriend, oh, that must be nice to go on a run every day. I really don't have the time to do that, right? I'd love to go to the gym every day, but I just, work's too crazy, And so really catching yourself when you were doing that and recognizing what you could replace it with. And so starting with something, for me, I adopted the mantra of I have plenty of time to do all the things that matter to me. Because this, I may not have time to do all of the things all over, everywhere, right? But I always have plenty of time to do the things that truly matter to me. So if I'm not doing something, I now recognize it as I'm making a choice and I'm saying that that doesn't truly matter to me. And so that helps me with my refinement process, right? When I look at my to-do list and I see what matters to me, well, the reason I make time every day for meditation, self-care, and healthy eating is because it truly matters to me. It's truly important to me. And I see how much it up levels every other area of my life, right? So maybe I don't have time to catch up on Game of Thrones, a real life scenario. I don't have time to catch up on Game of Thrones because it doesn't truly matter to me. And but there are some people that would truly matter to, right? That was like their self-care, right? So it's about honoring the fact that you do have time to do the things that truly matter to you. Number 2. Start small and build up consistency. So this is the other way we shoot ourselves in the foot with this. We get so excited to read that new book and you want to change your life. You're like, I'm going to meditate for an hour and a half every day. I'm going to wake up at 3:30 in the morning. I'm going to create an altar. I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to go, I'm going to go plant-based keto. I'm going to go meal prep for the beginning of the week. I'm going to order all these things. I'm going to go food shopping. I'm going to make my smoothie every day. I'm going to make myself a salad every night or whatever it is, right? We take on so much, so we set ourselves up for failure because we're now, instead of just trying to move the needle a little bit, trying to completely revamp our lives, and there's so much more likelihood that we're going to realize we don't have the time. So what I suggest is starting with small incremental changes. So for instance, when people tell me they want to start meditating, I always say start with 5 minutes, right? You can work your way up to as long as you want, but start with 5 minutes. If you set your clock for 5 minutes, when you wake up in the morning, you sit up in bed, you set a clock for 5 minutes, or you put on a 5-minute meditation, you can always make time for that. If you don't have 5 minutes in the morning to meditate, you don't have a life, right? Tony Robbins says that if you don't have an hour in your day for you, you don't have a life. I think that's his quote, because he uses hour for power. But it's true. This is your life, and these are very small increments of time that you can claim to make you be the best version of you. So similar with self-care, maybe you don't have time to do the goddess bath, right, that I've shared on my Instagram stories that I really love. But maybe you have the time to light a couple candles as you get into the shower at night. Put a little essential oils in there. Set the intention for your shower to just be washing away any stress of the day. You can do that little adjustment to your already routine that maybe will take five extra minutes that will help you create that self-care ritual for yourself. And lastly, when it comes to eating healthy, it could be, again, picking a small incremental shift. And the domino effect of these shifts are really, really incredible. I can't stress it enough. So it could be something as small as saying, instead of having my soda at lunch, I'm going to have sparkling water, right? It could be, I'm going to try to drink half my body weight in water ounces every day. It could be, I'm going to make sure I have at least 2 servings of vegetables at every meal, right? Picking a small thing that you can do just to shift the needle, not like reinventing the whole wheel, right? That you can build momentum and consistency with, because it's that consistency that will make it feel like it takes absolutely no time at all. I don't even factor these days the time that it takes me for self-care, meditation, and healthy eating into things, because that's just what I do. That's like a requirement to keep the machine moving. So when we start off with those small incremental habits, it just becomes part of who we are. 3, get clear on your why. So once again, going back to that first about I always have time to do the things that are important to me. And so what can happen is if we're saying, okay, I don't have the time to make it to that kickboxing class, right? Now reassess, is that truly important to you? And what would happen? So for these, it's really helpful to start thinking in the big scheme of things, right? Ask yourself, it's not just about the kickboxing class or the 5 minutes of meditation or the essential oils in your shower, right? It's about, what do they symbolize, right? Symbolizes making you a priority. It symbolizes taking care of your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, whichever it symbolizes for you, and really get in touch with what does that. When I go to the gym, I'm not going to the gym in service of, a bikini body, right? I'm going to the gym because going to the gym makes me feel like the strong, radiant woman that I know I aspire to be. I want to be my best self, right? And so if that is why that's important to me, it's a lot easier to get myself to the gym versus me just being like, oh, I should go to the gym because, you're supposed to go to the gym. That's like one of the things you're supposed to do to be healthy, right? Same thing with eating healthy or your meditation practice. When I came to meditation, it was because I needed to find peace in the chaos of my own mind. So I was like, okay, so showing up for meditation was actually really easy for me to build a habit because I was in so much pain in my own mind that I showed up to it as as an offering every day. I'm ready to make this shift. I want to make this shift. I want to be the person on the other side of this. So asking yourself, who am I going to be if I don't make this shift? Who am I going to be if I don't, give myself the 5, 10, 20 minutes a day to take a stand for this? What that's going to look like in 10 years if things just keep on going as they are, because if nothing changes, right? And then on the flip side of that, looking at the possibility, what could be possible for my life if I make just this one shift and it starts a domino effect for me, right? And letting that lead you, letting that help you put it on your calendar, which is number 4. Schedule it like a meeting. Put it on your to-do list. Literally, people look at, like, my assistants have thought I was crazy when they looked at my calendar and they looked at my to-do list, and I literally always have meditate, drink tea, do my EFT, go to the gym. Like, I put all of my self-care stuff. Sometimes I'll even take a bath. I'll put, like some certain cleanings, very self-care-y for me. I'll put it on my to-do list. I will put it on the calendar just as I would a dentist appointment, just as I would a client appointment, because it matters to me. And so putting it on your calendar gives it its time so that nothing else is going in that space. And number 5, finally, and if you're resonating with these, I hope you leave a comment. Leave a comment below as you're watching. Let me know which ones you're resonating with. Let me know which ones are like, oh, that's what I haven't been doing. That's why I haven't really been able to make that leap. So number 5. Number 5 is rigging yourself for success. And this is, if you've ever worked with me or you've watched a lot of my workshops, you know this is one of my biggest things that I come back to all the time, is knowing yourself and rigging yourself accordingly. So for instance, I had one of my clients, she was going through a really crazy time in her life where she really wanted to make healthy choice. She was gaining weight, she wasn't feeling well, she was just like all out of sorts. And so we were working together to help get her back on track, to reconnect with her body and to feel her best. And she was like, Cass, I have to be honest with you. Like, I'm out during the day taking all these client appointments. I'm eating fast food in my car. I grab, a bagel with some cream cheese in the morning, or, and because it takes me 2 seconds to put it together so I can eat it in my mouth as I'm walking out the door to get the kids. Like, I don't really have any much more time than I do now. So instead of trying to be like, okay, well, you need to just make the time and, like, make yourself this 30-minute breakfast and just come back home and make yourself lunch or, all this stuff. I was like, perfect, let's work with what you have. Let's just move the dash a little bit. So we traded in her cream cheese with a bagel for Ezekiel bread with avocado, right? It was super easy. It took the exact same amount of time for her in the morning, and she was even able to, like, eat it on the go, even though I don't advocate for that. But it worked for her life, and she was able to make that healthy shift. And then, at lunch, it was like, okay, well, what if you get a salad burrito bowl from Chipotle instead of stopping at Chick-fil-A and getting fried chicken, right? What if we just switch it so you're, doing something that takes the same amount of time but is in the direction of where you're moving? So I think this is a great way for you to think about your own healthy shifts. So whether it's healthy eating, your meditation practice, or your self-care, it's like, think about what are you doing in that time anyway. I mean, I bet a lot of you calling out here probably spend 10, 15 minutes in the morning when you wake up scrolling on Instagram or scrolling on your phone, looking at emails or something. What if you took that time for bed yourself, which will make you feel good from doing it in the morning before you've had your coffee, and you wake up and with that 5-10 minutes, you just meditate in bed, sitting up against your wall or your headboard or whatever with a bunch of pillows behind you, and just give yourself those 5 minutes, right? So just finding those little things. What if self-care for you is you already have to walk your dog? This is a hack. This is something I do, right? You already have to walk your dog. But instead of, being on calls or answering texts or whatever while you're walking your dog, you play a beautiful symphony and you just make that your time where you're actually going to look at all the flowers on your street. You're actually going to breathe, or maybe you don't even have any music on, but you make that a special restorative time for you. You can fit it in by simply adding more intentionality and pivoting slightly the things you already do. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I know this was a little bit long, but I just had so much to share with you, and I really want to give you the tools to empower you to get these rituals into your life that are going to make the biggest difference. Because you know what? You deserve it. You're worth it. There is a life out there that is just waiting for you to shine your brightest and feel your best. And I'm here to help you. So feel free to leave any comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And don't forget to subscribe for more episodes of Eat with Intention TV from yours truly. Mwah!